Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev. It says in the Torah, Pesilei Eloheihem Tisrufum Ba'esh, which means Pesilim are chiseled out idols of their gods, Eloheihem, not Elokeihem. Tisrufum Ba'esh, shall you burn in fire. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say, when Klal Yisrael serve Hashem with his slavas, with fire, with fire, with enthusiasm, that fire has in its power to exterminate and put to an end all the psulim, not psilim, psulim, all the disqualified tefillahs and everything they did that had faults that had faults to it. It will correct it if they serve Hashem with fire. Fire, it will rid us of all the psulim that they did to Elokeihem, to their God. We should be zeicher to serve Hashem with enthusiasm. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev. It says in the Torah, and we're all familiar with this pasuk, we say it in the benching, V'yoschalta v'savoto v'eirachto es Hashem Elokecha. You should eat and satiate yourself, and you should bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are telling us, V'yochalta, throughout the Torah, throughout Shas, achalta means how much. How much should you eat? It means usually a kazayas, like the size of an olive. Eat very little, when you eat very little. So the Chassidic Torah are telling us like this. If a person could eat very little, that means he could satisfy himself with little, with only a kazayas, with only the size of an olive. If he can be zeicher to be satisfied with little, he doesn't want more and more and more and more and more. No, he's satisfied with only a little. Then he could be zeicher through that. He will learn how to he'll be zeicher to know how to daven and how to make brachas to Hashem. He will be zeicher. Once he has that trait of his tapkas b'muat, being satisfied with a little, he will be zeicher to know how to properly daven and bless Hashem. We should be zeicher to this. Amen. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev. It says in the pasuk, Hishomeh lecha, be very careful. Pen tishkach es Hashem Elokecha, perhaps you will forget Hashem. Be very, very careful not to forget Hashem. Pen tishkach es Hashem Elokecha, perhaps you will forget Hashem. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say, Hishomeh lecha pen, kamer. Be on guard. Distance yourself from pen. Pen means sfekas, doubts. From having doubts in belief in Hashem. Distance yourself from having doubts in believing in Hashem. You should believe thoroughly in Hashem. If you distance yourself from sfekas, from doubts in belief in Hashem, then tishkach es Hashem Elokecha. Tishkach can be translated not only you will forget, but you will find. Sometimes tishkach is used for find. You will find Hashem. If you distance yourself from having sfekas, from doubts and emunah, you believe thoroughly, fully that there's a Rebbeinu Shalom in the world, then you will find Hashem. You will become very close and find Hashem easily. Amen. Amen. we should be zeicha to not to have any doubts in Emunah B'Hashem. Amen. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev. So the Torah says, if there will come a time that you will have plenty of everything will be going well, and you might say, Koichi v'oitzim yodi osa li esachayil hazeh. My strength and my might, oitzim means might, osa li, that's how I got it. That's how I became so wealthy and have everything going well, because of my strength and because of my might. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say, you should, God forbid, you shouldn't think that it's my strength. V'oitzem yodi, they're translating oitzem instead of strength means closing my hands. My strength and my closing my hands, not giving tzedakah, that's why I have so much. Chas v'shalom, a person should say that. That's why I don't have to give tzedakah. I don't have to give tzedakah because by not giving tzedakah, that's why I have so much. Chas v'shalom, a person should not think like that. Rav HaKodesh, Rebbe Elimelech Milazensk, we should realize giving tzedakah is a trait of the Yid, and it's only good can come from it. We should be zeicha to this. Amen. Amen v'yamen. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev, the pasuk says, "V'zocharta es Hashem Elokecha." You should remember Hashem your God. Ki hu hanoising locha koyach lases choil. For it is He that has given you power to get wealth. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say, not only do you have to realize that for material wealth, Hashem has given whatever you have to you, but even v'zochartu es Hashem Elokecha, you should remember that also the ruchnius, the fact that you finished one Masechta after the other, the fact that you accomplished so much in Torah and learning, is also something that comes from Hashem. It's not you yourself that can be zeicha to have so much ruchnius. In other words, it's with ruchnius and gashmius together, we have to know that Hashem is giving us everything. We should realize this. Amen v'yamen. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Ekev, the pasuk says, "V'hoyo im shochoyach tishkach es Hashem Elokecha," and it will be, if you forget Hashem, then it's not going to be good. The pasuk eventually says, Ki avod tovedu, you will surely perish. That's simple. The Chassidic Torah, Rav HaKodesh, Reb Chaim Maya Mivizhnitz, says, V'hoya is usually translated to mean simcha. That if somebody has simcha, he has joy. And tishkach es Hashem Elokecha, if he has simcha, tishkach es Hashem Elokecha, sometimes tishkach means forget, you will forget God, but sometimes it could mean you will find Hashem. If somebody has simcha, then he will find Hashem, he will get close to Hashem. We should have simcha, and we should be zeicha to this. Amen v'yamen. Sikum on the hashkofas we learned from the Chassidic Torah. We learned that if somebody did things that are not so good, he didn't do things right, he didn't daven properly, he didn't help somebody properly, he didn't learn properly, and he wants to improve, what should he do? So the Chassidic Torah learned from the pasuk that he should serve Hashem with fire, with hislavis, with enthusiasm. And if he does that, it can eradicate, it can burn out all the psulim, all the not proper serving Hashem, he can burn it all out and start anew and do everything right. We should be zecher to daven with enthusiasm and learn with enthusiasm and be a good yid with enthusiasm, and it will help us all around. We should be zecher. Amen. We also learned that if somebody could be mistapek bemuat, to be satisfied with little, don't have to have more and more and more and more and more, but if we could be satisfied with little materialism, then he can be zeicha to know how to make brachas and how to daven and how to serve Hashem properly. We also learned that if somebody can distance himself from sveikos be'emunah, he can distance himself, I believe, fully in Hashem, 100%, not 99, 100%. If he can be like that, then he's going to find Hashem and become close to Hashem. We should be zeicher to this. Amen v'yomein. Continuing with sikum on the hashkafas that we learned from the Chassidic Terlach on Parshas Ekev. A person shouldn't think a way to keep your riches, to keep what you have, is by not giving tzedakah. Don't give tzedakah. Now I'll have more money. I'll be able to have even more than I have. Chas v'shalom. A person should never think that, because that's not so. That's not so. A person can, by not giving tzedakah, it will never help him become more richer. We also learned that not only should a person realize that it's the material things that he has that comes from Hashem, but even the spiritual things he has. If he finished one Masechta, two Masechtas Shas, if he knows everything, if he's successful in Torah, he shouldn't think because he's so great. It's only because Hashem gave him the ability to do this. We also learned that a person, Ivdu as Hashem b'simcha, we must serve Hashem with joy. And if a person serves Hashem with joy, then that itself will bring him closer to Hashem, that he will find Hashem, and he'll become close to Hashem. We should be zeicher to this. Amen v'yamein.